Hello CAT aspirants, I am Parikshit and welcome to a very exciting LR session today. In today's session, I'm going to show you how to solve sequencing based LR caselets for the CAT. Remember, this is one topic which is very tricky, but if you know how to do it using the shortcuts, and when I say shortcuts, today I'm going to show you solving LR sequencing caselets just through diagrams. Just draw straight lines and you can solve any caselets from this topic. So it's going to be a very exciting session. Make sure you cover this topic and master it. Right? Let's get started. Okay, this is me, your educator on the platform. And thanks to my learners, I have the highest live class rating on this platform. Thanks to my learners again. Yes, a lot of happenings on Unacademy in the next few days. A lot of new batches are starting. 29th of May, a weekend batch started. The 2nd of June, a weekday evening batch started. And on the 5th of June, we have a practice with experts batch starting. So if you wish to enroll for any of these batches, remember you got to subscribe either to Iconic or to Unacademy Plus plan. And when you do so, remember to use the code Parikshit Live, which is there on your screen, because that will give you a 10% discount. And also, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. Yes, you heard it correct. Free mentorship from my side. And mentorship is all about going beyond the class hours to help you with any queries that you might have. Let's get started with today's session. Okay, I'll just make sure that I'm streaming live. Perfect. Yes, we are streaming live. So good morning, everyone, and let's get started. So remember the topic, right? Remember the topic. Before I start solving this caselet, first let's understand what we are trying to do today. Today we are going to learn sequence, okay? Sequencing based caselets. Sequencing based caselets. So when you say sequencing based caselets, there are two ways. There are two ways of looking at it, right? So one would be common data caselets. Common data caselets, okay, common data, and the next thing would be, and the next one would be pure sequencing, okay, pure sequencing. So that there are two types of caselets which we are going to learn today, two different caselets. And remember, I'm going to show you just how to draw lines and solve this, how to just draw lines and solve such caselets. So let's get started immediately. Let's get started straight away, right? Please read the caselet. Please read the caselet. I'm taking a pause for 5 seconds. You read the caselet before I start reading and we start solving it. Okay, I hope you have read it, right? Let's look at it. Table A provides data about the ages of children in a school. So remember, this is table A. This is table A. For the age given in the first column, the second column gives the number of children not exceeding that age. I hope you understand that point. For example, the first entry indicates that there are 9 children aged 4 years or less. There are 9 children aged 4 years or less. Let's try to understand the data. Okay, come to the first table. Come to the first table. What does it say? Can you see age is 4 years? So how many children have age 4 years or less? 4 years or less? 9 children. Similarly, how many children have age 5 years or less? 12 children. Do you understand? Similarly, let's take any value. How many children have age 9 years or less? 9 years or less? 48 children. 48 children. How many children have age 14 years or less? 100 children. 100 children. So I hope you understand this point. It says how many children have age 4 or less or less. So equal to or less than that is what is given to you in table A. In table B and C provides data on the heights and weights respectively, okay, of the same group of children in a similar format. Assuming that an older child is always taller and weighs more than a younger child, answer the following questions. Let's look at table B. Let's look at table B. Let's look at any number. Let's say this 130. What does it indicate? How many children have height 130 or less? 130 or less. Remember that. How many? 36. How many children have height 160 or less? 93. And so on and so on. Similarly, weight. How many children have weight 36 kg or less? 28 children. 28 children, right? So I think it is easy to understand this table. It is easy to understand this table. And there is a last line which says, assuming that an older child is always taller and weighs more than a younger child. What does it mean? It means if someone falls in the last category, you know what? Someone falls in the last category. As an example, his age is 14 years. Then in the second table, his height will also be the largest. His height will also be the largest. Why? Because an older child is always taller. So if someone is, let's say, age 14 years, his height will also be greater than 165. Greater than 165. Similarly, his weight will also be greater than 50. Why? People who are older weighs more and are taller. So I think you get the case there. I think you understand. If you are viewing me live, you can put any comments if you have. If you have any questions, you can always comment. Okay. Okay. If you understand that, let's start with the questions. Let's start with the questions. What is the first question? What is the number of children of age 9 years or less whose height does not exceed 135 centimeters? So two conditions. First condition, age should be less than equal to 9 years. 9 years. And second condition, height should not exceed, meaning less than equal to 135 centimeter. Okay. So what I will do, let's try to draw a diagram for this. Let's try to draw a diagram for this. Okay. I'm trying to draw a diagram wherein I'm assuming that there are a total of 100 children. I'm not assuming, basically there are 100 children. Have a look. How many children are there in total? 100. There are 100 children in total. So let's assume that a total of 100 children are standing in a queue. A total of 100 children are standing in a queue. Let's call the children. Let's give them some name. Let's say children roll number 1. Let's say roll number wise. Okay. Roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, ... up till roll number 100. Up till roll number 100. So 100 children, roll number 1 to roll number 100 standing in a straight line. Assume that. Okay. Imagine that. Okay. So first question is, age should be less than 9 years. Age should be less than 9 years. How many children has age less than 9 years? How many children has age less than 9 years? Can you have a look? 48 children. 48. So can I say roll number 1 to roll number 48? Let's assume roll number 1 to roll number 48, okay, has age less than 9. Why 1 to 48? Remember, total 48 children have height less than 9, have age less than 9 years. Fine? Up till here is fine. Next, 135 centimeter. Height is less than equal to 135 centimeter. How many children have height less than equal to 135 centimeter? Less than equal to 45 children. 45 children, right? 45. So when I say 45, let's say roll number 1 to roll number 45. Roll number 1 to roll number 45. Correct? Now have a look. Now have a look. You know what? Question is asking, give me a count of the children who satisfies both the conditions. Both the conditions. Have a look. How many children satisfy both the conditions? How many children satisfy both the conditions? The common part. Can you see? This common part. This common part. What is this common part? Roll number 1 to roll number 45. So answer is 45. Roll number 1 to roll number 45. So answer is 45. Do you follow? See, questions will become complicated. This is the first one, and I hope that you understand. Someone is asking me a doubt. I'll take the doubts at the end, but these are the number of students of age 14, not total. Yes, correct. So any doubt in this? Any doubt? I'll take up the questions at the end. So someone is saying, why are you assuming total as 100? Total as 100 because this is the number of children of age 14. You are incorrect. It is the number of children of age 14 or less. 14 or less. And remember, my data is all about till age 14. Till age 14. So I can say total number of children as per my question is 100 children. Why 100? Because the maximum age in my case is 14 years. So up till 14 is up till 14. So 14 or less than 14 is 100 children. So answer for the first one is 45. Don't worry. If you don't understand, don't worry. We are going to solve 2-3 more questions. You will understand completely. Just have patience. Let's look at question number 2. Let's look at question number 2. Okay. Number 2. Okay. Let's have a look. So first one, I'll write down the answer 45. Number 2. How many children of age more than 10 years, age more than 10, so let's write down age is greater than 10, are taller than 150 centimeter, height is greater than 150, and weight is not more. Remember, not more. So when they say not more, basically they are saying maximum, right? So what is the maximum weight? 48. So can I say less than equal to 48? Less than equal to 48, right? So let's try to draw a diagram again. Let's try to draw a diagram again, okay? So how do you draw the diagram? Remember, we assume that there are 100 children. We don't assume. In fact, there are 100 children. So remember, there are 100 children. So let's say there are 100 children standing in a queue. 100 children standing in a queue. So you imagine that 100 children are standing in a queue. And let's call them roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, dot, up till roll number 100. Okay, up till roll number 100. Let's start. Age greater than 10. How many children have age? This is not greater. I hope you remember the case. What was the case there? This 10 and this 60. What does the 60 indicates? How many children have age less than equal to 10? Less than equal to 10. Less than. Remember, the caselet was all about less than. So less than equal to 10 is 60 children. 60. But question is just asking you the reverse. How many are more than 10? More than 10. If you see, less than 10 is 60. So less than 10 is roll number 1 to roll number 60. You don't need that. What do you need? Greater than 10. So greater than 10 must be the remaining. So when I say remaining, how many are the remaining? Roll number 61 to 100. Will you agree? 61 to 100. Followed? Why? Because the table is all about less than. Question is asking you greater than. So the remaining children. Similarly, height. Height is greater than 150. Let's come back. This is the value, right? 75. What is the 75 indicates? There are 75 children whose height is less than 150 centimeter. There are 75 children whose height is less than 150. Question is asking you greater than. So can I say the remaining children? Remaining children. What is the remaining children? Number 76 to number 100. Remaining. So leave aside 1 to 75. Leave aside 1 to 75. How many of them? 76 to 100. 76 to 100. Followed. And the last one. Weight is less than equal to 48. Less than. So I think moment they say less than, this is a direct one. Direct one. Why? How many children have weight less than equal to 48? Direct. Moment they say less than sign, it is a direct number. How many? 91. 91. So can I say roll number 1 to roll number 91? Roll number 1 to roll number 91. Super awesome. And I think you are done. Finally, the question is asking you, give me the common region. Give me the set of students who satisfy all the 3 criteria. All the 3 criteria. So all the 3 criteria is which children? These many children. Which children? These many children. How many children are there? Roll number 76 to 91. Roll number 76 to 91. What is that count? 16. What is that count? 16. So your answer for the second one is 16. I hope you follow this. Answer for the second one is 16. If you understand, give me a thumbs up. If you understand, give me a thumbs up. Any doubt with this? Any doubt? I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. Are we clear? Let's go to some more. Let's go to some more case lists. I hope it's clear. Okay. Let's go to the third one. Let's go to the third one. Okay. Fine. Let's go to the third one. Fine. Let's continue this. Number 3. Question number 3. Okay. So again, number 3. What is question number 3? Let's continue. Among the children older than 6 years. So question number 3. What is the conditions? Greater than 6 years. Older than 6. So age is greater than 6. But not exceeding 12 years. Not exceeding 12 years. So can I say age is less than equal to 12? Less than equal to 12. Remember? 6 to 12. So basically greater than 6, less than 12. And finally they are asking you weight should be more than 38. Weight should be more than 38. Greater than 38. So we know how to do it. What will you do? We will just draw a diagram. We will just draw a diagram. How many children are there? There are a total of 100 children. So let's assume that the 100 children are standing in a queue, roll number wise. So roll number 1 to the last roll number 100. To the last roll number 100. Correct? Let's start again. Age is greater than 6. How many children? Remember this 22. What does this 22 indicates? If you are reading the question on the top, it indicates the number of children whose age is less than 6. Less than 6. So less than 6 is 22 children. 22 children. We need just the reverse. Greater than. So can I say if less than is 22 children, greater than must be the remaining. What is the remaining? Roll number 23 to the last roll number. Remember, less than 6 is 22 children. So 1 to 22. What about greater than? The remaining. Remaining means roll number 23 to roll number 100. Roll number 23 to roll number 100. Followed? Next. Age is less than equal to 12. Less than equal to 12. Please have a look. Less than equal to 12. Can you see? You have the number here. You have the number here. Less than equal to 12, right? Sorry. Less than equal to 12 is this number. Is this number 77? Correct? So how many children have age less than equal to 12? 77 children. 77. So let's say roll number 1 to roll number 77. A total of 77 children. So roll number 1 to roll number 77. Are we okay? Finally, weight is greater than 38 kg. Greater than. Let's have a look. This number, right? Can you see 38? So weight is greater than 38. Remember, if you are reading the question, it says the table gives you the information about children whose number is less than that. So basically, this 33 indicates there are 33 children whose weight is less than 38 kg. Whose weight is less than 38 kg. Question is asking you just the reverse. How many are more than 38? So can I say the remaining? When I say the remaining, it means leave aside 1 to 33. Leave aside 1 to 33. The remaining. Remaining means 34 to 100. 34 to 100. Super awesome. And you are done. And you are done. And you are done. So final question is, give me the count of children who satisfy all the three conditions. Who satisfy all the three conditions. So can I say this is the count of children who satisfies all the conditions? The green color, right? So what is that number? It starts from 34 and goes till 77. 34 to 77. How many of them? 34 to 40. 34 to 47 and 41 to 77 is 37. So 37 plus 7 is 44. 44, that's the answer. It's not 43, mind you, it's 44. How do you check? 34 to 40 is 7. 34 to 47 and 41 to 77 is 37. So 37 plus 7, 40. Any doubt in this? I hope you follow. Any doubt in this? Yes, perfect. Fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So number 3 is also fine. Okay. Let's look at number 4. Let's look at number 4 now. See, this is a very easy method. If you master it, you can solve any caselet within seconds. Number 4. How many children of age between 8 years and 13 years? So let's start again. Age should be greater than 8 years and age should be less than 13 years. Less than 13 years, right? And not taller than 145. Not taller. So can I say height should be less than equal to 145. Less than equal to 145. So these are the 3 conditions. Let's start again. Let's start again. Let's try to draw a diagram. Let's try to draw a diagram. Okay. So what do? You assume that there are 100 children. Why 100? Because in our question, there are a total of 100 children. Can you see in the diagram? There are a total of 100 children. So let's assume there are 100 children who are standing in a queue. Let's call them roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3, ... up till roll number 100. Fine? Let's start. Let's start. First case, age greater than 8 years. So what is the number here? Age greater than 8, 42. Remember, 42 is not greater, it is less than. Less than. So what does 42 indicates? How many children have age less than 8 years? So 42 children. Question is asking just the reverse. Greater than 8. So can I say must be the remaining. Remaining means leave aside the 42 children. 1 to 42 leave aside. The remaining. Remaining means 43 till the end. Roll number 43 till the very end, which is up till 100. Perfect. Chalo. Next one. Age is less than 13 years. Come back again. Less than. This time they are saying less than. So you have a direct data. Direct data. Less than. How many children less than? 86. Direct. 86. So let's start again. 1 to 86. Roll number 1 to roll number 86. And the last one. Height is less than equal to 145. Height less than equal to 145. Please gather the number 62. How many children have height less than equal to 145? 62 children. Less than. So directly given. 62. So I will say roll number 1 to roll number 62. Fine. Now they are asking, give me the count of children who satisfy all the three conditions. Obviously, it will be this count. It will be this count. 43 to 62. How many? Total, what is the count? 43 to 62 is 20. Is 20, right? Answer for the fourth one is 20. Answer for the fourth one is 20. Do you follow? Do you follow? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? So someone is saying, please repeat, but that was for the previous one. Please look at the YouTube recording. Play that part once again. If you have a doubt, ping me on my Telegram group. I'll explain you. Okay, ping me on the Telegram group. I'll explain you. Fine. Okay. So I hope you understand this. Any doubt in this caselet? Any doubt in this caselet before I move on to the next caselet? Before I move on to the next caselet. If anyone has a doubt in the question number 3, you need to ping me on the Telegram group. I will help you out. I will help you out. Okay. Fine. Let's go to the next caselet. Let's go to the next caselet. Okay. So answer for this is 20. Fine. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Next caselet. So what we did before this was a data caselet, a data common to different tables. Data common to different tables. Now this time, what we will do is a pure sequencing caselet. Is a pure sequencing caselet. Okay, pure sequence. Pure sequencing based caselet is what we are going to learn now. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, please read the caselet along with me. Okay. A factory has several processes, each of which can be started only if the prerequisite for that process has been completed. The following table mentions the process, the prerequisites, if any, and the number of units which can be produced by a single worker. No worker works on more than one type of process. So let's try to understand it. Okay. What does the first row indicates? It indicates that to complete process A, you know what? Process A, for process A, one worker can produce 40 items of A per hour. So what does it indicate? One worker can produce 40 items of A per hour. What about B? One worker can produce 120 items of B per hour. Similarly, C, one worker can produce 60 items of C per hour. Have a look. D is important. Why D is important? One worker can produce 60 items of D per hour. But you know what? D can only start if B and C are completed. D can only start if B and C are completed. It means if you are visualizing, let's say there is a process D, okay? You know what? D can only start if B and C are completed. It means B and C are inputs to D. B and C are inputs to D. So moment B and C are completed, you provide B and C to D and D can start the task. And D can start the task, and I mean how many units of D can be produced per hour? 60 units. But D can only start if B and C are completed. Similarly, let's take F. You know what? 24 items of F can be produced per hour. But you know what? F can only start if B and C are completed. So I think the understanding is good here. I think we understand the caselet and I think we are ready to start solving. This is a sequencing based caselet. Why sequencing? Remember, you have A, B, C. Similarly, D can start only when B and C are completed. So it's a sequence. So once the sequence is completed, another sequence can get started, right? Okay, so if you understand this, let's get to the questions. Let's get to the questions, okay? First question. what is the minimum time it will take to process an order for 120 units? Process an order for 120 units. Now remember, order means what? Order means what? Order means complete all the processes. Can you see? Process and order. So if all the processes A to J get completed, then you can say the order is complete. The order is complete. So all processes from A to J have to be completed. So let's get started. Let's get started. Okay. Again, let's try to draw lines. A. You know what? I need to produce 120 units. 120 units. And I produce 40 units per hour. Worker produces 40 units per hour. So can I say 120 units will take 3 hours? How? 120 divided by 40? 40 units per hour. And I need to make 120 units. So can I say it will take 3 hours to complete process A? 3 hours to complete process A. So let's draw a line saying 0 to 3. Fine. Similarly, what about process B? Process B, 120 items per hour. So 120 items can be produced in 1 hour itself. And we need to produce 120 items. So how much time will it take for B? 1 hour. 0 to 1 hour. Similarly, C. You know what? 60 items of C can be produced per hour. And we need to make 120 units of C. So 60 per hour, we need to make 120. So can I say 2 hours? 2 hours. How do I get? 120 divided by 60. 2 hours. 2 hours. So for C, it will take 2 hours. Similarly for D. D, you know what? It can produce, the worker can produce 60 items of D per hour. Total 120. So it will take 2 hours. But you know what? D can only and only start once B and C are completed. Once B and C are completed. When does B and C gets completed? Remember, B and C gets completed at the end of 2 hours. Not at the end of 1 hour. Why? At the end of 1 hour, C is not yet completed. Both have to be completed, right? So can I say B and C will get completed at the end of 2 hours because C is getting completed at the end of 2 hours. So at the end of 2 hours, B and C are ready and now you can start D. And once you start D, it will take 2 hours. So from 2 to 4, will you agree? It will start from 2 to 4. Fine? Similarly, let's look at E. E. You know what? 30 items of E can be produced per hour. Per hour. We need to produce 120 units. 120. So 120 by 30, basically we will take 4 hours. 4 hours to produce E. 4 hours to produce 120 units of E. But the problem is E can only start once A and D are started. Once A and D are completed. Once A and D are completed. When is A and D getting completed? When is A and D getting completed? A is getting completed at the end of 3 hours. D is getting completed at the end of 4 hours. So can I say E can be started only at the end of 4 hours? Why 4? Because you know what? D is getting completed only at the end of 4 hours. Remember, you need both A and D. So A and D will get completed by the end of 4 hours. At the end of 3 hours, D is not yet complete. So can I say E can only and only start at the end of 4 hours. E can only start at the end of 4 hours and moment it starts, it will take another 4 hours. So 4 to 8. 4 to 8. See, this is a very easy method. You will never get this in books. Just by drawing lines, some very tough caselets can be solved. Let's look at the next one. 24. So 1 hour, 24 items. Remember, 120 items I need to produce. So 120 by 24, 5 hours. 5 hours for F. But you know what? F can only and only start after B and C are getting completed. B and C. So when does B and C get completed? B gets completed at the end of 1 hour. C gets completed at the end of 2 hours. So can I say at the end of 2 hours, both B and C would be completed? Not at the end of 1 hour. Why? At the end of 1 hour, C is not yet complete. But at the end of 2 hours, both B and C are completed. Hence, F can start. Hence, F can start. Correct? So can I say at the end of 2 hours, F can start. And moment you start F, it will take another 5 hours. So 2 plus 5 up till 7. 2 plus 5 up till 7. Next, G. 120 units of G per hour, 20 units. So 6 hours. 6 hours. There is no prerequisite. There is no prerequisite. So obviously, G can start from the very time zero. It can start from time zero. It doesn't depend on anything else. So 6 hours. So from 0, it will take 6 hours. So can I say 0 to 6? Fine. Next, H. No prerequisite again. Remember, 120 units I need to produce. 60 units can be produced in an hour. So 120 by 60, 2 hours. 2 hours. So again, no prerequisite. So 0 to 2. 0 to 2. Fine. Next, I. How many? 30 units per hour. I need to produce 120 units. So 120 by 30 gets me 4 hours. 120 by 30 gets me 4 hours. 4 hours. But you know what? I cannot start from time 0. I can only and only start once G and H are completed. Once G and H are completed. So when is G and H getting completed? G is getting completed at the end of 6 hours. H is getting completed at the end of 2 hours. So I can start only at the end of 6 hours. Why 6? Because till the 6th hour, G has not yet been completed. Remember, for you to start I, both G and H has to be completed, and G gets completed only at the end of 6 hours. So I can start only at the end of 6 hours, and when you start I, it will take 4 hours. So 6 plus 4, 10. 6 plus 4, 10. Correct? And the last one, 120. Remember, I need to produce 120 units. So 120 units can be produced in 1 hour only. But the bad part is, J can only start once E, F and I are completed. E, F and I. So let's have a look again. Where do you have a E, F and I? So E is getting completed at the end of 8 hours. F is getting completed at the end of 7 hours. I is getting completed at the end of 10 hours. 10 hours. So can I say J can start only at the end of 10 hours? Why 10? Again, the same logic. J can get completed when all the three, E, F and I are getting completed. All the three are getting completed only at the end of 10 hours. So only at the end of 10 hours, J can start. Only at the end of 10 hours, J can start. And the moment it starts, it will take 1 hour, 10 to 11. Perfect. The entire process is done. So when will the order get completed? When will the order get completed? The order will take a total of 11 hours. The order will take a total of 11 hours to get completed. And that's the answer. Trust me, if you solve this using the methods which are given in your books, this will take a lot of time and you will not even understand. But if you are able to draw the diagram, the lines that I just showed you, you are going to get your answer within seconds. This is a very easy method. Probably most of you already can follow it. Just draw the lines, finish it, finish it. Any doubt in this? Any doubt? So answer for the first one is 11 hours. Answer for the first one is 11 hours. Correct? Let's look at the next one. Let's look at question number 2. Okay. Next question. If one extra worker is hired, what is the minimum achievable time for the above work? Now, I hope you have not forgotten. What you have not forgotten? All units, number of units can be produced by a single worker and no worker works on more than one type of process. What does it mean? It means for process A, you have one worker. For process B, you have another worker. For process C, you have another worker. For D, another worker. E, another worker. F, another worker. G, another worker. H, another worker. I, another worker. And J, another last worker. Okay. Now the good part is you have an extra worker. You have an extra worker. And you can allot him to any one of the processes. Remember, question clearly says no worker works on more than one type of process. No worker works on more than one type of process. So this extra worker who is waiting for you, can you tell me where will you allocate him? Which process will you allocate him? You have got A, B, C, D, E, F, I, G, I, H up till J, right? So from A to J, which process will you allocate this extra worker so that you can complete the work in minimum time? So that you can complete the work in minimum time. Tell me, which do you think? Which do you think? Where should you allocate him? I would say the easiest way of looking at it would be you should allocate this extra worker to that process which is the longest, which is the slowest, which is the slowest. Why? Think about it. If some process is the slowest, you know what? It is delaying the entire order. So if you can allocate one extra human being to that slowest process, what will happen? That process will take just half the time. Why half the time? Think about it. Remember, for process A, if one worker works, it takes 3 hours. So if you allocate one more human being, it will take just half the time, 1.5 hours. Correct? Similarly, for process B, if one worker works, it is taking 1 hour. But if another worker comes, you have 2 workers, time taken will just become half, 0.5. So if you know this logic, which process should you allocate? The slowest process. Which is the slowest process which is causing the greatest delay? I would say process G. Process G. Why do I say process G? Because, can you see, process G is taking 6 hours. That is the longest, or I would say the slowest process among all my options. Among all the other processes, 6 is the longest process or the slowest process. So what do? You allocate this extra human being to process G. Process G, because that is the slowest process. Now if you allocate him to G, what will happen? The good part is, instead of 6 hours, why 6 hours? Because one person worked. Now there will be 2 people working, because of which instead of 6 hours, it will take only half the time now. Half the time. How many hours? 3 hours. It will take only 6 hours. It will not take 6 hours any longer. It will take only 3 hours now. 3 hours now. Right? Now let's see what happens to the other answer. Any other thing which dependent on G? Process I was dependent on G. Can you see? I was dependent on G. And I could have only started once G and H are completed. Once G and H are completed. So can I go back and see when is G and H getting completed? Remember, G is now getting completed at the end of 3 hours. H is getting completed at the end of 2 hours. G end of 3 hours. H at the end of 2 hours. So can I say I can start now at the end of 3 hours itself? Why? Because G and H both are getting completed at the end of 3 hours. So I can start at the end of 3 hours itself. And once it starts, it will take 4 hours. Once it starts, it will take 4 hours to complete. So let's start at the end of 3 hours, and from there 4 hours. So 3 plus 4, 7. 3 plus 4, 7. Right? So it's no longer 10 now. It's rather 7. And the last one, J. J takes 1 hour, but it can only start once E, F and I are completed. Can we now check when is E, F and I getting completed? E is getting completed at the end of 8 hours. F is getting, E, F and I, right? F is getting completed at the end of 7 hours. And I is getting completed at the end of 7 hours. 7 hours. So when can you start J? J can be started now at the end of 8 hours only. At the end of 8 hours only, right? Why? Because the long here it is, remember, all the 3 processes will get over at the end of 8 hours. Not 7. Why not 7? Because at the end of 7 hours, E is not yet complete. E is not yet complete, and you need all the 3 processes to be completed. So obviously it would mean we can start by the end of 8 hours. By the end of 8 hours, if you can start, it will take 1 hour. So 8 to 9. 8 to 9. Fine. So it will no longer be 11. It will be 9. Answer for the second question is 9 hours. Answer for the second question is 9 hours. Are we clear on this? Beautiful concept. If you can master this, you are going to be the 99 plus percentiler in the CAT for sure. Any doubt in this? Okay, so if someone is saying, so people are liking it, good. That's great to know. That's great to know. Okay, I think that's it. That's it. If you are not a part of my Telegram group, remember you should join the Telegram group. You should join the Telegram group if you are not a part of the Telegram group yet. And there is a bumper offer running at the moment. The bumper offer running at this point of time is, if you join Unacademy Plus for 6 months at this point of time, just go for a 6-month subscription if you have not subscribed yet. And we in Unacademy are going to extend your subscription by 1 month. But for that to happen, remember you got to use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live. So if you use the code which is there on your screen, Parikshit Live, first you get a 10% discount. Second, you join for 6 months, we will extend it by another month. And third, this is the only code which will give you free mentorship. I repeat, free mentorship from my side. And mentorship is all about going beyond the class hours to help you at any point of time with your queries, mocks, strategies, and a lot more, right? And what you see also on the screen are my plus courses, A lot of practice courses available, more than 220 hours of courses available. And every morning I come live. I teach live on Unacademy Plus, 7:45 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Every morning live on Unacademy Plus, Monday to Friday on Unacademy Plus LR, right? So if you have not subscribed yet, this is a good time to subscribe. And tonight 10 p.m. mornings LRDI and night is quants. Tonight 10 p.m. I'm also going to start algebra. Algebra we are going to start, and if you're not subscribed to Plus yet, you might wish to subscribe and join me live tonight at 10 p.m. and again morning 7:45 a.m. Yes, that's it for today. A small announcement. If any one of you is a hotel management or a IPMAT or a BBA aspirant, you might wish to subscribe to Unacademy Plus. Same offers are available, and you can use the same code Parikshit Live for 10% discount. And similarly, use the scholarship test. Make use of it. Do test yourself. And any time have a doubt, make use of the Ask a Doubt feature on Unacademy. That's it for today. I'm going to teach live on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday morning 10:30 to 11 a.m. Okay. Till the next time we meet, till next Sunday, goodbye and stay safe.